please give me a moment to update some information, such as the what's it called, YouTube thumbnail and things of that sort. YouTube thumbnails up to date. Now to update the Rumble description. There we go. Rumble is updated. Perfect. Let's make sure Rumble's going. Had a couple issues later on from earlier last week for Rumble. Oops, I've got to install this map pack. Hopefully I can install it while the going. Nope, the game closed. Oops. My bad. While that's installing, let me just go ahead and... I really hate EA's launcher. Very intrusive. There we go. That's launched up now. Let me just double check my other computer, make sure the stream's going on the other computer. Looks like everything is starting on up perfectly fine. Or as fine as I can get it. Make sure Rumble is live, make sure Twitch is live. Yep, I can see those going. So now, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like I did a bit of test. It looks like if I install F, I do have a couple of replays in F, then I will have to reinstall G in order to get those replays going. So, it's probably going to be a moment in time where I have to back out of the game, reinstall the proper map pack in order to play those replays. So, let's go for this one. I do have a lot of G, so perhaps we should just start off with G. Oops. Oh well. We'll go ahead and start with this one here, and then we will switch over to the G patch, or G map pack. Is that way to describe it either way? Oh, let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Kane's Wrath replay. Small on bottom right side as the Indigo Nod, we have Generi 61. Small on top left side as the red GDI, we have Gobusran. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Of course, we got some early power plants, so it's going right for a crane? An emissary. Okay, what is going on? Do you have... Wait. Whoa. 2 cranes? What on earth is going on? Oh!
Construction
That's
complete.
what's going on. I thought this is a high eco start game. Okay, interesting. Got a pair of power plants with 40,000 credits start. This is going to be a little bit unique. 40,000 credits start, going for an early expansion. I can see that being quite good. Multiple power plants, I can see that. Something's ready to be pulled out right there. This may be a lower ranking game. No offense to anybody. I don't really know who on earth usually plays at 40,000 credits other than lower ranking players, though that could be a bit of an overstep of saying that. Since I don't really play Kane's Wrath online, and so I have no idea who plays with 40,000 credit start. Another emissary been pulled out. Okay, interesting. Definitely very different build orders. We do now have a barracks being pulled out. The fact that neither player went for early barracks to spam out a bunch of stuff suggests that perhaps these are lower ranking players, so this is going to be a lower rank game. Of course, that could be a really big insult, but this is my prediction. We could see the mutant hovel being utilized. On this top area here, we do also got a pair of bunkers, as well as a Tiberium spike down here. Okay, that's just a carcass. It looks relatively white on the field. Of course, got a Tiberium spike over here. Seeing something else white right here, but it looks like these rocks are just sort of glowing white. Mutant hovel there, Tiberium spike there, Tiberium spike there. So this is meant to be contested by both players, not meant for either side. While this side, I suppose this side also has a good number of bunkers as well, as well as some garrisons. A big wave of rocket troopers from Florida now. Hopefully gets his composite armor. A large number of power plants here. All probably a little bit too close together, but 40,000 credits. I don't know exactly what's too close or not close. Master findings for the Nod player. He needs to get out. I forget. In Tibor's 3.
Training.
Yep, because I thought Tibor's 3 you can pull out defenses from the crane. But in Kane's Wrath, cranes cannot deploy out defense structures, only second MCVs. Gotta double check that.
Ready for basic
Oh, you got a large name of militant squads being pulled out.
Squad ready for combat.
And I really sort of hate how if I click on this, it's like very jittery. You can see the fact that the game is not as smooth as it could be, since the game is locked to 30 FPS and designed around 30 FPS. Okay, you got more expansion coming on out. Notch is going for heavy eco. Just getting more spending his credits on additional eco. Red's expand out to the right side. Massive wave of power, so Red's not going to be low in power for any time in the future. He does have a tech lab that could be the ion control center, potentially, but that's just a guess. But not that much power. He'd probably be going for the super weapon. Whatever got deployed out, just more anti-aircraft pieces. Indigo does have now a forward war factory. Maybe a good idea to go for some beam cannons. They have good range, be a bit more responsive potentially. Emissary has been pulled out. We do have composite armor has been researched. We got a big wave of militants, no upgrades, no type beam fusion, no confessors. Operation Center still low in power. Somehow Magenta or Indigo has not gotten out more power just yet. As Observation Center, you can always go for the Liquid Tiberium core as well. He also kept these outposts alive. Could sell them off with some credits, not like he really needs that. Let's take a look and see how each player is spending his income. The Nod player has plenty of income because he's spending a lot of income. We do now have the Secret Shrine. Emissary, or the Surveyor, can the Surveyor crush infantry units?
Tiberium exposure detected.
Either way,
Missile squad ready for
the
combat.
GDI player has spent his money and has too many harvesters here. He has shut off one of the refineries. Wait,
Missile squad ready for combat.
what the hell?
Ready for action.
Tiberium field.
Is there a refinery here or
for
not?
combat.
What on earth is going on?
Pitbull ready for action.
There's a refinery right there. He can't see his own refinery? What
Missile
the
squad ready
heck?
for combat.
I don't know about that. You got now the military squad does get inside the garrison structure. The garrison structure does go down, and now the rockets are splashing down the militant squad. He doesn't have the confessor upgrade, so you can't throw out some hallucinogenic grenades. Finally, the Nod player is going for more power plants. He definitely does need it. Does have one liquid Tiberium core. GDI player has went bankrupt somehow in a 40,000 credit game. Nod player has maintained a steady income. And now do got a bit advanced here. The composite armor does not provide Tiberium immunity, unlike the Zocom Tiberium suits, or what are they called? Sort of suits. Missile squad's now advancing forward. There's not sure if there's any defenses queued on up for the Nod player. May not have enough power for it. Flame tank being forwarded now, and he is not retargeting towards a flame tank. He needs to get retargeted as soon as possible because he's going to drive around and burn down the emissary or outpost. Okay. No, and there we got a retarget there. Does get some good damage onto those missile troopers. Does take a good number of them out. Harvesters now receiving quite a bit of fire. Looks like Nod player needs Tiberium silos? Yeah, I can see here, like, the Tiberium is completely full. Whoops. If you hit the middle mouse button, it resets the camera. Just found that out. And the missile troopers do fall back. Definitely a lower ranking noob game, that's for sure. Good gunfire coming out from that guard tower there. Does take it out. And still no professor upgrade there. Do now have a Tiberium plant here. Still need liquid Tiberium power. Hip also pushing way forward. Raider buggies are being pulled on out. He may get lasers in order to improve the damage output. He's trying to deal with the missile troopers. But the militant squads are probably better at that sort of thing. Neither player has to put out a super weapon somehow. Non-player finally has power. He's probably not going for any upgrades at the moment. Now we do have a rig deployed on the field. The GDI player has far too many harvesters here. Need to start expanding out. How many harvesters? He could just long distance mine all of his income. There we go. The non player has finally gone for a whole bunch of power plants. I think that's Dozer Blade being researched. Seeing how newbie this game is, it could be quad turrets. Though honestly, since quad turrets have been largely been fixed, it does help prevent the desync crashing issue. Sync errors. Two battle bases. They do have railgun upgrades, and the railgun, I don't think there's an animation for the railgun on these Guardian turrets. But battle base is not exactly a defensive structure, they're offensive defensive structure. We also have GDI rifleman, does have armor-piercing rounds loaded on up. And his harvester is being repaired on up. Why are there 3 battle bases? Definitely a lower ranking game, as I mentioned beforehand. Nod player, I think, has spent a bit of his income. Let's take a quick look at
Training.
He needs to spend a bit more of his income.
Construction
He has access
complete.
to a lot of his abilities, including the relatively rare redemption ability.
Training.
Silos needed.
And now the GI player has a lot of income and now needs silos. Again, how is a GDI player
Construction
lugging
complete.
out these
Unit
refineries?
under attack. Unit lost.
Somebody was killed off there. Looks like the rifleman squad. We do got a handful of stealth tanks now bullet on the field. No Tiberium core missiles yet. That's probably being researched. I believe that's a coil, or the EMP coil buggies. You can find those EMP. Yep, there they are. Got the pair of antennas. Return to the RC cars. That's why whenever I see that. As of right now, the GDI player is severely vulnerable to an infantry assault. Guardian cannons are not simply great versus infantry. They can't pick up one model times with the railgun upgrade. Got a massive wave of stealth tanks. Can battle bases detect stealth? Yes, it does. Oh, we do have the what's it called? The Shadow Team call in. Well, that's gonna be immediately Veteran C1. Could perhaps go into this high ground here, provide some spotting, cook inside this garrison as well. They wouldn't be half bad versus the missile squads. Well, that harvester's dead. No Tiberium core missiles just yet. Not a player has plenty of income. Oh, we got multiple shots there from those battle bases there. And it looks like they do have a very good detection radius. Does pull back the wounded one, very nice. Open does pull out a beacon right there. The Spectre artillery beacon. Harvesters advancing forward will probably be quickly killed on off. Not the GDI player has completely ran out of Tiberium. Not player has been doing a great job of collecting Tiberium. And hasn't really saturated any of his fields, has he? He's just been pulling out multiple refineries. Big wave of harvesters advancing forward. If the non-player spots this, he can quickly kill off all of these harvesters. Oh, wait, is that Tiberium vein? He completely whiffed that. Was that hypersonic airstrike? Oh no, there's a catalyst missile there. What on earth is going on? Marv is now being poured on out? Or no, that's Juggernaut. South tank's going to rotate around. There is a big opening there. He's doing a good job using these shadow teams as reconnaissance. South tanks do have now Tiberium core missiles. And also, this Tiberium was destroyed by that Tiberium vein detonation. And the non-player's not denying these harvesters. There's so many harvesters there, he completely shut down the GDI's economy. Spectre artillery, that's a good item. Start barraging down these battle bases. We got pit bulls here with the pit bull mortar and sniper teams. Still don't know exactly what's going on. More juggernauts. Okay, this game has just been a bit... There's definitely new replay. I'm just going to say that. The non-player can sit back and collect a lot of income. Has a lot of specters. I think that's more than plenty from one-shot battle base. He's not been denying this income, however. He's been denying that income. His opponent, he's been feeding himself off a long distance of mining. Somehow he had enough harvesters for. There's a lot of snipers there. More specters. Still somehow neither side went for a nuke or a ion cannon control center. I must be missing something, aren't I? Oh, outposts being employed out at the bottom left. I really wish there's a fast forward button. Kane's Wrath. But at this point in time, I was half tempted to back out the replay. By this point, like, oh, it should be picking up soon. Now it's not. Spectres rotating around. That's definitely too many Spectres, honestly. That can easily get overran. He needs a good infantry escort. And now it looks like the Spectres start barraging down some of these harvesters. I have no idea what's going on. Spectres looks like I'm now pushing the way forward. Let's take a quick look at
Unit under attack.
now player has actually spent his
They'll
income.
have to reckon with me.
You have some reckoners? Okay. Got the battle lines being drawn on up, but you got battle bases being pulled out as well. Does get some shots there into the shadow teams, does pull it back. Plenty of Tiberium down here. Really just have to just back out the replay right now. There has to be some sort of context of this replay that I'm not seeing. Yep. What the hell? Why are there so many refineries right there? I can understand it going for a 3 and 7 ratio, but what's the ratio for 4 refineries? 9 or 10? Tiberian's growing back up here. These guys are going to be retasked to them now. There's this one here. And he's actually body blocking the harvester from moving forward. Does gun down that squad with the chain gun. I do not know any fast forward button right now. Screw it. I'm leaving this replay. This replay. Just cut my losses now. Sorry about that, everybody. That replay was just going nowhere for far too long. You have another replay of the F patch before I switch with the G patch? Nope. Now I have to back out and install the G patch in order to go to those replays. Shouldn't take too long. Map pack 2. Install. Let's get some actual replays going and not that garbage. That should be most of those maps now installed. Go over here. Install some of the 1v1s. That one's and there we go. Perfect. And there we go. Let's go and do this one here. Greetings everyone, and Grade here. I have another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the orange steel talons. We have TSE Yaw. On top, spawn on the top right side as the random Nod variant. We have, oops. We have Eric 0797. Let's see now. Hand of Nod. Trains Black Hand Infantry, so he's likely Black Hand. So Steel Talons versus Black Hand. Handful of saboteurs there. No drafting. Does deploy get a Professor Cabal. 4 out of 6 members. Hyperion Spike will be claimed both of these. We do have both these engineers going, combat engineers. They got a handgun that can do something occasionally. 2 rifleman squads advancing forward. The weakest of all the GDI riflemen versus the strongest of the Nod infantry. I say weakest of the GDI because of the lack of upgrades. They only get armor-piercing ammo. They don't even get composite armor or Tiberian field suits. 4-man Professor Cabals do get overwhelmed by the GDI riflemen. To another squad of Professor Cabals here. That could be relatively equal trade this moment in time. Remember, he has less models there to do damage. Nope, we got the hallucinogenic grenades being thrown out there, but he was unsuccessful getting a hit. The Black Hands are fighting against both those squads, and they do annihilate those rifleman squad. Doesn't drop a single model in that engagement. Lots of Black Hand infantry squads now on the field. We're getting something employed out here. There's another refinery. Over here, we do now have a war factory going for some more harvesters. Wait, that is not a refinery. That is a operations center. So he's going for a 3 extra harvester opener into an expansion, fast expansion. Interesting. Black Hand infantry are advancing forward. The Professor Cabals does find the tower there. They don't have their flame upgrade. They do get gunned down there. Flame tank does. Oh, it's a flame tank rush, and that rifleman spots it. Veteran flame tank advancing forward. He has some time to deal with it. He can pull out some pit bulls. Oh, he paused or canceled something there. And there's nothing to build queue. What is he planning? Is this going to be a guardian cannon? Power plant? I think that's a guardian cannon. No, just a watchtower. Flame tank right here. It's sort of hard to see in the minimap. Maybe I aim for the Tiberian spike. Can that get down the hill? It probably can. But it's not going forward there. Do now have a Titan deployed on the field. Does find a good hit there. Titan in pursuit and crushed. That is an excellent pickup there, getting a crush like that before any sort of damage, real damage is dealt. Sure, the Titan take a little bit of flame burst, but that's a nothing. Is it gonna get a second extractor over here finally, or a second refinery? Another refinery? Yes, it is. Operation Center is low on power. It does have the upgraded power plant. Does clean up another rifleman squad there. And if not, is maybe going for a bit of man spam. Or actually full Confessor Cabal infantry. There's some rocket troops. I'm going to take a closer look at the Confessor Cabal infantry, their weapons. Some sort of like a chain gun, is it? It's hard to see when they're moving around. Rifleman squad will get overwhelmed. Annihilated by the Confessor Cabal squad. Pitbull moving around. Pitbull does find a couple Scorpion tanks there. Does receive a couple volleys. And does go down. We've got 3 Scorpion tanks there. They may be here for defense as these infantry units could advance forward. Scorpion tanks hitting the high ground. Where's that Titan at? Titans, multiple Titans here defensively. This one did get wounded a little bit. Not sure from what though. This artillery tower could be pretty good for the Nod player to secure or the GDI player. Hammerhead is now advancing on forward. And it's going to be very, very effective for the man spam potentially deployed out by the Black Hand. Sam turn deploying out with a power plant to boot. He's going to have plenty of power for the time being. Let's get some good volleys there with the Sam Tower. He pulled it pretty far back as well with that Sam Tower. This one's much, much farther forward. Does get some great damage there. None of these guys go down so they can get repaired up. Did lose some infantry in return. Orca bomber run coming on in. And we'll avoid this wounded harvester as well. Of course, you can't repair. Oh, is he force firing the ground instead of as his attack move? More Scorpion tanks being pulled out. We do have the Dozer Blade upgrade. We now have some Wolverines pulled out. We do got armor piercing ammo as well. A couple Wolverines making their way up north. Professor Cabals do go down. And this Professor Cabal will get ripped apart. Over here, Wolverine's starting to advance, trying to get some good damage on in. MCV has redeployed in time. They could have done a lot of damage to an undeployed MCV. We do also have a Titan here now. And here comes the Hammerheads. They're not fully repaired. Operation Center does see some volleys there. Sam Turret does fire a single missile there. Was that a Tiberium Core missile? We do have Tiberium Core missiles. Wolverines getting ripped apart by the Scorpion tanks. There's too many Scorpion tanks here. Hammer or Titan's now advancing forward. We're going to receive a bit too much fire there to stay alive. Attack bikes not advancing forward. That should be very effective versus those Hammerheads. Another Orca bomb run could be intercepted by the attack bikes. All three of the Orcas do go down, so that bomb run did not miss mark. And I do know one of these harvesters is quite wounded. Now we have a Redeemer Engineering Facility. Maybe a good idea to deploy out barracks on the high ground to get the defensive tower loaded on up. It does provide some good fire support. PDI player has not expanded over here, and the Nod player's MCV is not too far away from it. Large wave attack bikes there. Does not get a kill down the harvester just yet. Titan will go down as well. And now this attack bike's advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on these forces. More Titans advancing forward. As was a watchtower gets destroyed before firing a single shot. Attack bikes now rotating around the center of the map. And good missile hits there as well. Good volley into the harvester. Does take it out. Some more harvesters going down. Missiles are not hitting. Taking out one of the hammerheads as well. His attack bikes are still roaming around. He has a massive number of them still. Looks like one of the attack bikes do go down. And the refinery does fully get destroyed out as well. Going for the airfield, trying to take it out. Orange does a pretty nice force here, including a behemoth. Oh, there was actually a rifleman loaded up in that heavy harvester. Is that an Orca bomb run? Good bomb run there, or attack run. We got the watchtower now gets good damage on in, but will could go down. But it's across these forces. All these attack bikes are quite wounded. Takes out another harvester. How many harvesters went down? Some of these are decoys, and looks like, was that a catalyst missile? Something looked like maybe been put out there. I'm not exactly sure what though. And there we go. All the attack bikes have been cleaned on up. Green does have, of course, a refiner here, SAM turret, and a shredder turret. Does have charged particle beams as well. You've got 3 behemoths here. There's a good number of Wolverines here. Temple Nod does see some fire there. We got a power plant to ward out these forces. Redeemer is advancing forward. We do also have the Glamour upgrade. The Harvester is seeing quite a bit of fire there. Scorpion's advancing forward. We're seeing a lot of behemoth fire. And we got the Hammerheads now supporting as well. Got the Rage Generator there. And Ghostly is going to destroy some of his own Wolverines with that Rage Generator. But that is about it. More Harvester advancing forward, but does not have enough escort here. Much of this Tiberian's actually being cleaned up by the behemoths as well, and that's something that neither player wants to have happen. They both want to secure the field, not destroy it. Who now looks like to have Titans here with the railgun upgrade. Redeemer's advancing forward, trying to get some good damage here. Does have the flame cannon now firing. Does crush a jug behemoth there. All behemoths are now down. Watchtower being cleaned up. Got a good number of attack bikes here. And it looks like these forces are pushing the way forward. We've also got an elite Scorpion tank that was almost dead. Titans now advancing forward. They do have the adaptive plating upgrade as well. MCD will likely go down. Gets good kills on these Scorpions, going straight for the Harvesters. And does get him locked in a move order right there. But I think it's going to be relatively fine. He actually may crush that Harvester while in the move order. More attack bikes advancing forward. Does use adaptive plating there, trying to circle us shots, trying to deal with these attack bikes. Got a handful of Professor Cabals now firing away. It looks like all of these Titans will be cleaned on up. And there it goes. Let's see, now the GDI player has lost a lot of infrastructure there. Even taking time to clean up these behemoths. And it looks like the GDI player has expanded down south. He actually had 2 construction yards. Attack bikes do get cleaned on up. Okay, that was a Hammerhead coming on down. Titans now streaming on in, trying to engage these forces. We got more Obelisks here. It does take out all those Titans now. Does I have a handful of forces right there? Rifleman squads pushing forward with their assault rifles. And now we do got the Nod player now expand up here. A number of his Harvesters are wounded, but does have 5 Harvesters here, so good ratio. Does burn those Riflemen alive. And his Professor Cabal does advance forward. They're even stronger now with a charged particle beam. The ball is there. We've got more behemoths, supported by Hammerheads, Wolverines, and now a Mammoth tank. Kane does go down there. This infrastructure could be sold off for a bit of cash refund. Takes out the Wolverines first. Does get a great hit there as well. Does get out of range. Now the Black Hand trying to pursue the Titan and does get gunned down. Railguns become very effective versus infantry. Black Hand getting gunned down. Professor Cabal's evades forward, gains some great damage. Black Hand is still alive. He does avoid that missile fire. We've got the Black Hand, the Professor Cabal now gunning down those missile squads. I do have it's a new 4K up. I do have a 4K graphics card, but nothing I've gotten would probably affect the quality of the Tiberium Wars. It's just simply how it looks in 4K. Though it is probably downscaled on the live streams to 1080p. if you're referring to that one paid mod, I do not have that paid mod. I know there's a paid mod for 60 FPS. I do not have that because I believe it's not compatible with these replays. It said, I think in the description said it's not compatible with replays. That's if it is compatible with replays, I probably would look into it. And it's 60 FPS. Now these purifiers are getting some great damage on there, picking up these mammoth tanks one at a time. Of course, they don't have anything to shoot upwards. At least not the game would recognize. I'm pretty sure anything could be shoot upwards. Yep, this is just simply the natural graphics of this game, honestly. This game does hold up quite well in graphics-wise. Same thing with Red Alert 3. The only problem is it's locked at 30 FPS. Does take out another purifier. Up north, we do have the Titans and Behemoths advancing forward. Black Hand, we're now seeing quite a bit of fire from these Titans. And we got both those structures now sold on off. That's not a mass sell-off there. Black Hand player is still advancing forward with these purifiers. We do have a good number of mammoth tanks here for defense. Does take out one of the hammered mammoth tanks there. Still not enough anti-aircraft. He does. Oh no, there's actually a now Mantis on the field. Got to make sure that he micros that as these purifiers are moving forward. And I do actually mean that. He can put his purifiers in move forward, so he can slowly micro those anti-aircraft pieces. Because that's the only thing that's going to really stop his advance is the aircraft. Mantis are relatively durable right there. Titans, Behemoths, and a Rifleman squad advance forward. There's also a GDI MCV there, so losing his base over here will not be game over. The non-MCVs also advance forward as well, so we've got a bit of ring around the rosy. And nobody's pockets full of posy yet, just Tiberium poisoning. Defensive tower has not been claimed. Do have obstacle light here. No beep can support it. Let's get a good damn shot there. Titans now advance forward, trying to get some good shots on there on the obstacle light. Behemoths fire volley there, get some good damage. Mammoth takes advance forward, could use the adaptive planing, but does go down either way. Over here, the purifiers now advance forward, burning down all these structures. Taking out all this infrastructure now. We do have an expansion up here by the GDI player. And we do have a war factory as well. Not sure what, there's GDI MCV. Losing these harvesters is not a great idea. I still need them for collecting. You know, we got a bit of man spam there. I think that's the purifier upgrade. The Black Disciples upgrade. I don't think that's going to be a purifying flame. Yep, now we've got a whole bunch of free Black Hand. He put these guys in aggressive right there. He does have a good number of purifiers still advancing north with the support of a single Mantis. And we do have expansion down here, so the non-player does have a source of income. A little bit oversaturated in the number of harvesters. Oh, no, that's GDI harvester. Titans, man takes advance forward. You have these hammerheads flying around. And I think that's enough anti-aircraft for him. Of course, he does not have access to Tiberium core missiles. I got one of the hammerheads now. It was loaded up with rifleman, which actually was a good idea for him. Purifiers trying to run away from this armored force. We do got a good number of mammoth tanks and titans, and the purifiers will likely go down. We've got a grenade squad here, no EMP grenades, and since it was not set to aggressive, he's not being burned alive either. That railgun just missed and nailed the wait, That's a Nod Grenadier squad. That is not GDI, that's a Nod squad. How did he get that? I'm trying to find that barracks he may have captured. Green's also captured the Tiberian spikes over here, or he's captured these Tiberian spikes here. Where on earth did that Nod Grenadier squad come from? Now I'm just really confused. I was like wondering at first, like, wait, he took a railgun shot. I thought, oh, that must have been just some random friendly fire, but then I was like, no, it's not. Does burn alive that rifleman squad. These forces do not have Tiberium fields, Tiberium fusion. You can't get that as Black Hand. Ooh, these harvesters are wounded. One's down, and both are down. He showed those unarmed collection units who's boss. Oh yeah, he can get Tiberium core missiles. He just said he can't get on militant rocket squads. I'm just going a bit crazy. One of those days where it's just sort of exhausted. Didn't get felt like restful sleep. Got 8 hours of sleep, not restful sleep. One of these harvesters was fully loaded up with a rifleman squad. Very nice. Good damage down the hammerhead by that attack bike. Something was deployed out right there, unless, no, it's actually a perhaps, no, it's something deployed out. GDI players going for a pretty sizable army right there. Looks like some of those attack bikes do go down. Black Hand players trying to collect some Tiberium. We've got a bit of a man spam of sort advancing forward. Two groups of infantry. That's not staying in Tiberium. Wait, Black Disciple Pride. Yeah, they are getting damaged slowly. Just not very quickly though. I always found out how Tiberium poisoning should kill infantry faster, in my opinion. It seems like a lot of these squads, they can take a lot of abuse from the Tiberium poisoning. Wait. They're flamethrowers. Does he have black flame? Nope, he does not have purifying flame. I don't know why I looked at the end of those flamethrowers, thought it was like bluish, darkish color. He still has a Grenadier squad somehow. Got a lot of heavy armor here, including a lot of Wolverines. Let's see what each player has for income.
Tiberium exposure detected.
Non-player's been running on pretty low power for quite a bit.
Unit under attack. Construction complete.
Break out more power plants now. Wait. Oh yeah, my mouse is sort of broken, so it does sometimes double click. Probably, that's what I'm thinking. It's just that I'm just wondering what structure and when. And why not just keep the structure then? What was the structure he captured that he didn't want to sell off immediately? Because most of the time you capture structure to use it, not necessarily to sell it off. We do have now the infantry advancing forward. Some of these rocket troops are getting suppressed. Needs to do a force move command to get them off the ground. Now the Wolverines are advancing forward. We're going to rip apart these Black Hand models quite easily. Though I suppose that would be pretty good with all the rocket troops to engage without going down. But right now this general move order just annihilated and didn't do a whole lot or any damage really. That was just poor movement control over there. Now we've got this infantry pushing way forward. Does have support of a purifier. There is a lot of anti-armor here for engaging that purifier, but not a whole lot of anti-infantry. Behemoth can suppress his forces as well, and we got the Wolverine now seeing a bit of fire. Let's take out one of the Wolverines now. Walker Bomb Run does get some damage there. We also have a fully heroic militant rocket squad as well. The Siberian farm field has almost fully regrown. Might as well get it harvested. Good number of Wolverines. That unit did get annihilated quite quickly. Those good rifleman scoutings will result in the GDF player to perhaps better respawn. Let's get a large number of hammerheads. Loading up the rocket ships is probably not a good idea. It's probably going better to load them up with riflemen, honestly. Do now have these engineers push way forward, trying to recapture those Siberian spikes. No Company Heroes today. I usually stream Company Heroes 1 Thursday afternoons. Good damage there onto the hammerheads. Got these attack bites, getting some good damage down the hammerheads, so they do fall back. Behemoth's now being deployed on out. We've got these infantry forces still not exactly pushing forward. This engineer looks like it had been cleaned on up, did not manage to capture the Siberian spike. And we've got the Behemoths pushing on forward. Could load some riflemen in the back of the Behemoths since there's a chance of a man spam to overrun them is highly likely. What this rifleman squad doing? Get in the back of that Behemoth? Yes, he is. Perfect. That's going to annihilate those pair of missile squads. These missile squads could push on forward. We do have a handful of Wolverines push a little bit too far forward. We're seeing a lot of fire. Behemoth's now firing some volleys here. These rocket squads just may need to attack or run away. Can't say where they're at. We've seen quite a bit splash there, and as I click and drag on the minimap. Good damage there. Got these forces surrounding a bit of fire. Hammerheads now, or Behemoths now pushing forward. We have the Rifleman squad back. The Behemoth doing some great work there. We're seeing quite a bit of fire. Manfake does go down as well. Multiple Behemoths now firing some volleys here, trying to suppress that infantry squads. Needs more Riflemen loaded on the back of these Behemoths. Wolverine advances forward all by lonesome and will get annihilated. All by lonesome. Oh, was that a orbital strike? Orbital strike was not successful whatsoever, but does force back his opponent. Maybe that's all he needed. Oh crap, I just realized this. We got a mass assault right here. Wolverine's now charging forward with a handful of hammer tanks, mammoth tanks, and behemoths. There's a lot of Wolverines. Purifiers pushing forward. We've got shockwave artillery raining on in right there. And should do a lot of damage, especially to the infantry. Does go and lock down all the purifiers. Wolverine's now advancing forward. Wolverine's going to start to shoot on up. Behemoth's firing some good volleys there. I think the Wolverines may have been firing a bit too many rounds into the purifiers. We got a handful of adaptive plating being utilized now. All the Wolverines. One Wolverine remains. We still got a watchtower here. More behemoths now advancing forward. His forces are still getting suppressed. And there goes all those purifiers. Another watchtower being pulled out. One of these behemoths are loaded up on a rifleman squad for self-defense. Actually, they're all loaded up on rifleman squads. Very good. And the non-player has surrendered. This is great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. What was that? This one here? Yes, it was. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Kane's Wrath replay. So on top left side as the Indigo Traveler 59, we have RRX spawning as the spawning as Cyan GDI. We have Fu2, and sort of butchering up my intro there. And spawning as the Observer, we have Bike Rush, the Red Observer. We have some buzzer hives being employed on out. Looks like a potential buzzer hive on the build queue as well. While trying to drop it down on top of some sort of rifleman. Good number of buzzers being employed on out. Over here, we do have the GDI riflemen. Multiple squads of GDI riflemen making their advance towards the center. We do also have some various garrisonable structures here. We'll bring up the health bar. So facing forward, down south, looks like a GDI rifleman does find a Tiberium poisoning. And we'll find a bunch of buzzers as well. They hardly get off any sort of bullets there. GDI rifleman coming down to respond. And maybe we'll focus on these buzzers. One buzzer does go down, so the other two are just trying to run away, and they do not escape. Up north, still got a buzzer hive buzzing around. More factories pulling out, more harvesters, yep, and it's another refinery. Watchtower is on the build queue. You have a warp spear here, probably going for some more harvesters. Do have another extractor now deployed on the field. And GDI rifleman now advancing forward. Actually, the drone ship is starting to advance forward. This is the scrim players starting to get trying to go for some blue Tiberium. This area is secured by a single rifleman squad, so perhaps able to ignore it. We also got some various GDR riflemen in some of these garrisons as well. Harvester receiving some automatic weapon fire. I don't think there's anything in the area to help punish that. Do have looks like a large wave of APC, rocket APCs being pulled on out. Blue Tiberium, he may get a full load, maybe just still slightly shy of a full load. Yep, doesn't look like he got a absolute full load, but does get a pretty close one. No retaliation just yet. Now to have the APCs advancing forward. You know there's a number of two missile APCs now pushing the way forward. And his gunwalker is going to try and be gunned down by a rifleman. I love how the map maker of this game just took a bunch of buildings and turned them into a football stadium. It's quite a bit of ingenuity right there, honestly. Rifleman now advancing forward. Let's find a decent volley there onto the gunwalker, but there is a photon cannon here for anti-vehicle purposes, but it's now low in power. It means it's turned off. Another photon cannon has been forwarded out. One of these APCs do go down, did not take time to unload. The gun walker will need to fall back, get some repairs as well. Another load of blue Tiberium? There's no Tiberium there left. It maybe just misrouted back there. Seekers now advancing forward, getting some good volleys there onto this watchtower. You also got the lightning spike as well. Power plant now receiving quite a bit of fire. Getting those power plants down can be quite nice, and that these rocket PCs do take out that harvester no problem. Fresh war factory has been pulled now. Go for more and more power. Gunwalkers need some repairs. Oh, got a stasis chamber. He's at the power plant as well. His forces are sort of dancing around. Does take out one of the Seekers. Predator tank advance forward. Does get some good kills there onto those Seekers. And those Seekers are down to one last one and likely will be chased down by the Predator tanks. You have now some Annihilator tripods deployed on the field. APCs with rocket troops are following them back. The Annihilator tripod, of course, is a very, very effective unit. Garrisonable structure now seeing a bit of fire. Now Annihilator tripod will be able to get degarrisoned, no problem. More Rockman squads face forward. They do get gunned down as well. And Rock APCs do find a bit of a volley there onto these gunwalkers. Now that the tripod needs to start engaging these predators. These gunwalkers need to also hit the hammerhead. Is another one of those rocket APCs. Hammerhead does go down. Gunwalkers getting ripped apart. The Predator tank's going straight from the Annihilator tripod. The Annihilator tripod's, of course, a very, very good unit. It is going to phase out these forces. He's going to try charging forward to get some crushes in. Gunwalker now seeing a lot of gunfire. These forces need to fall back away from that Annihilator tripod. Now we do have a Rocket Replicator hexapod now deployed out in the field. Fresh Reclamator hub. And now the tripod does go down, does impede the Reclamator hub, stalling up was for everything fall down now. Does Wild Buzzer Hive there, quickly kills off his own Annihilator tripod there, very, very good. He does go and gun down most of those buzzers. A couple buzzers still remain, gain some good reconnaissance in. Another Annihilator tripod has been deployed on the field. Did he just teleport the Eradicator hexapod backwards next to the Prodigy to get inside of it? I find that a bit amusing. Okay, we know that's at least the Prodigy is inside the teleport, inside the Eradicator hexapod. And I'm not sure what sort of turret mounts are those. I'm really not familiar. I think those may be disintegrator guns. Yeah, they are disintegrator guns. Okay. Marv assembly has been completed. Hammerhead's gained some good damage down the Eradicator hexapod. Teleports forward. Does kill off one of those engineers there. Zone Troopers pushing way forward. It does teleport away as well. Good little poke there. We also have a SAM turret or plasma missile battery deployed out. Multiple plasma missile batteries now deployed out. Roger can also teleport forward these Annihilator tripods to EMP the Marv. rescue engineers, 2 railgun zone troopers. It does actually load up some railgun zone troopers inside these hammerheads, so they're going to be very effective versus anti-infantry. Wait. Is that considered an exploit? It's technically a ground vehicle for a brief moment. Oh well, that's a very interesting usage of that teleport. But I don't think that may not be considered classified as a exploit. It's just sort of amusing. Ooh, shard launchers have been employed on out. Corruptors now advancing forward, getting some good healing there. Do now have a second drone ship. Does get a decent bomb run there on the gravity stabilizer. Does now know his opponent has gone for the shard launchers. And those right from squad does get gunned down. One gunwalker does get gunned down as well. Does pick up some Tiberium there with his Marv. And does find railgun loaded hammerheads there, seeing lots of beasts now. Does teleport away. Needs to get some repairs on the front line. Do have some Devastator warships now put out as well. Could be upgraded with the travel engines, but that's probably not going to be very useful in this case. Quick guns it down. We do have the Eradicator Hexbot being healed up by these corruptors. You may need to advance with the Eradicator Hexbot with a drone ship and deploy plasma missile batteries for anti-aircraft purposes. Marv does find a hit there onto the Eradicator Hexbot. Rear armor is exposed on the Marv as well. And now we've got the hammerheads advancing forward, seeing a lot of damage there. Harper's starting to heal it up and does get phased. When the face wears off, it's going to be probably a massive confrontation. Gunwalker does go down as well. Oh, what I just got pulled out? It's heard a sound effect, but I don't know what it was. Eradicator Hexbot now has been unfazed, getting some much needed healing. Orca bomb run onto the drone ship. Get some damage there. Snipers walking across the Tiberium field. Start making their advance. The plasma missile batteries do detect spell, so you can't get too close to them. Snipers, of course, have been deployed on the field. They're trying to hunt down that Prodigy. They are aware of the risk of the Prodigy. Prodigy teleports forward. Snipers need to focus him down. Teleports forward with a Annihilator tripod. Those snipers, they can't. Crushes one of the snipers by accident, and will gun down the other one. Does find a shot there on the Prodigy. Does re-EMP the Marv. Now the tripod does go down. Got the good damage coming out of the Marv. Teleports there thanks to the now the tripod's own teleport ability. And great damage there. Quickly takes out that Marv with that Eradicator Hexbot with all those zone troopers flying about. Marv's not going to make his advance. He does have access to repair engineers, so does get a good amount of health. Does take out the other sniper out in the field. Project can teleport forward the Annihilator tripods, and we do got a massive wave of Juggernauts advance forward. Does use the phase there, does have EMP grenades, maybe good time for an EMP grenade. Does get 2 Annihilator tripods there, but one of them does go down. Great damage there. Jar Secret Tanks advancing forward. It does get another EMP grenade there onto the Annihilator tripod. Secret tanks do get cleaned on up. Annihilator tripods, we're seeing a lot of fire there. Marv's now advancing forward. He's starting to destroy his own carcasses now. Nope, he's going to go straight for the power plant. He's going straight for the construction yard. Does capture a Juggernaut there. That may have been a mind-controlled Juggernaut. I could be mistaken, though. I don't remember seeing a simulator to capture up there. Does go ahead and gun down the project there with the sniper teams. The Marv does go down as well. Because still got a massive wave of Juggernauts. Devastators do get, I think, did destroy the MCV. Now got the slingshots facing forward. Does take out one. Does try to clean up some of these carcasses as well. Was somewhat successful getting a couple of carcasses. And GDI sniper team. Remember, GDI sniper teams can order a artillery barrage on the location. That may be a good idea. Another bomber in there. The gravity stabilizer is quite wounded. Does get the harvester as well. Slingshots are faced forward. Does find themselves a drone ship. Drone ships do receive quite a bit of damage. Doesn't look like his armor, tungsten arm piercing AA shells. Storm Riders are now advancing forward. Multiple slingshots are pushing way forward and getting killed off by these Annihilator tripods. I do kind of mind control. Got multiple mind controls off onto these Grenadiers. He doesn't have access to EMP grenades, but does deny his opponents his EMP grenades. And now got the Eradicator Hexpod, does get a couple crushed there on the Juggernauts, does phase it out there. Now there's tripods now advancing forward, but they do get gunned down. Another cultist there, mind controlling more and more of these Juggernauts. EMP has worn off, another Eradicator Hexpod is charging forward, trying to crush some of these forces. Snipers getting some shots down the cultists, but they do get crushed by the Annihilator tripod. Does go and gun down one of those cultists there with the hammerhead, bringing that Juggernaut. He's holding off the EMP grenades until the Eradicator Hexpod gets off of phase, but crushes most of those forces. It is loaded up with a handful of disintegrators as well. It does teleport forward and try to get on top of those forces. Does get one of the Juggernauts there and does get EMP'd now. Another EMP grenade may be coming off very soon. So some of these Grenadiers are getting focused down. Eradicator Hexpod needs these Corruptors support now. Corruptors are trying to save. There goes Eradicator Hexapod. More and more of these engineers will be pulling out, but they're getting gunned down. Now tripods and gun walkers advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in. They're not firing some rounds on the flank. A lot of carcasses on the field. Both sides can play, and looks like the GDI player has backed out the game now. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. This one's done. I get it from the command post. Yep, if I were to pause for a brief moment. The since the GameSpy service went down, I think there was some community-made effort to make their own little client there, along with the Vora servers. And so there's an application known as the command post. You can sort of that's our Vora stuff. That allows you automatically, so people can store, upload replays, download replays, install the map packs, install installations, and all that sort. Handy application, to say the least, to help find replays, map packs for the modded game modes and things of that sort. But let's go on to the replays now. Never upload onto there, to be fair. Well, that's where I got my replays. I can always look at games replays, see if there's any good replays there. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Games Raft replay. Spawn on the right side as the red black hand. We have Chief B2002 spawn as his ally as the Indigo Zocom. We have Cyberphobic. Spawn on the left side as the green random. We have Judge in power. Spawn as the purple Travelers 59. We have Shrapnel. I think these replays are relatively older, so if you recognize the players, I'm not sure if they're good or bad. Let's see now. GDI Infantry? Yep, GDI. So the random player is GDI. Do now have some more rifleman squads going to be engaging each other. 2 rifleman squads versus 1, 2v1. And also it won't be equal trade either. One squad took 50%, not even 50% damage, while the other squad is dead. You have some Confessor Cabals making their way down south. You do have the garrison now claimed by Indigo. And you have a war factory here as well. Riflemen advancing forward. There's no anti-scouts up north. No, wait. There's something. Oh, okay, that's the Tiberian Spike I see on the mini-map. I swear the mini-maps are very, very hard to read sometimes. Buzzer's now buzzing about. And that's a little bit overkill. Sells up, craft some buzzers here. Deployed on Watchtower for one squad when there's already 3 buzzers on the field. That's a little bit overkill. Down south, you have the Raider buggy moving about. And it looks like that trench was cleared out. Perfect to be garrisoned by his teammate now. Free trench. Or foxhole. Do now have a Raider buggy advance forward. Does get some damage onto the drone ship, not a whole lot. You got a little bit of power micro here. And we've got the Raider buggy, and now we're seeing some chain gun fire as well. Give enough time, those horses will kill off the Raider buggy. Oh, that was clear out that garrison. Was there 2 rifleman squads inside of that garrison? There was a low health one in there either way. Low health buzzer. The Nauta player has expanded down south. It does get some more automatic weapon fire onto that drone ship. And he's going to deploy himself right next to, in between the Tiberian fields there. Got a mass. Oh! Whoa! We got a cheeky engineer cap, but luckily he has responded to his time. I think his teammate pinged the crap out of it because that's something that has to be definitely need to be pointed out. He's continuing to ping his teammate's MCV there. I think he wants him deployed out. That's why he's pinging it repeatedly. He wants him to deploy it out so he can deploy out his refinery. There was a war factory there. You could deploy off a war factory radius, right? Or am I mistaken? I get it mixed up sometimes with regular 3s, what you can deploy off of each other's build radius or not. You now have the Gunwalkers trying to fend against these these attack bikes and Raider buggies. Hit bolts gains good damage as well. Looks like some of these attack bikes are going down. They're slowly being whittled apart, being trished away by all these pit bulls and Gunwalkers, mostly for the pit bulls. And those forces will be cleaned on up. Or the Raider buggies? The Raider buggies do get a kill on the one pit bulls. We got a handful of rockets here. Another attack bike still roaming around. More attack bikes, and now we also have a Scorpion tank here. Does gonna kill one of the harvesters, very nice. We have another refinery deployed out, very nice. And the Scorpion tank does go down, very nice. Okay, that's enough of that. Looks like these mines are swept by the pit bulls. This APC is not loaded up with anything just yet. Does deploy the MCV in time before receiving any more damage. Just get some rocket fire now. A handful of Gunwalkers advancing forward. Grounds Disintegrators also being pulled out. No see, oh, we do have a command post here. Probably will see armor piercing rounds. That's usually a pretty much of a staple among the GDI players. It's also very much of a staple food for all their hungry assault rifles. Disintegrators advancing forward. That his teammates Foxhole. Not sure if he got his Skrin ally to clear that out as well. Gunwalkers are focused down the Scorpion tanks. Does get some decent damage on one, but there's too many attack bikes here. He's focused on attack bikes. They're at least more vulnerable to gunwalkers. His teammate has also garrisoned this garrison. He's pinging something that's Red's ping. And now got disintegrators advancing forward. Massive wave of disintegrators from his opponent. The Scorpions looks like they do not have dozer blades just yet, so they can't crush the disintegrators because they will act like as landmines. A Fnatic squad could be very useful right now, or Black Hand squad. Do now the travel feet there. Professor balls are not bad either. Oh yeah, and the fact that they were not targeted down whatsoever, those Professor Cabal's got some great damage in. I thought a Fnatic squad wouldn't be half bad because a quick AoE suicide squad and a very bunch of force would have been nice, but Professor Cabals were the correct choice. Indigo's hammerheads seem quite a fire there. Predator takes to go down, but does take out one of the harvesters. Gunwalkers charging forward. We got some Black Hand units as well. Don't see additional levels of technology. We do have the secret shrine to point out, like I'm going for the Black Decisive. I doubt we'll see Purifying Flame. Oh, we do also have some cultists running about. Some of these attack bikes do go down. Do have a Reckoner on the not loaded with anything. Oh, it does get captured there and then get released. I didn't realize Reckoners can get dozer blade research. Does that increase the health of Reckoners? Great Buzzer Swarm there. There's a couple of higher health units there, but needs to take out that Lightning Spike as soon as possible. Scorpion takes is still in this raging case of the damage there on those Gunwalkers. He's just charging forward. The Professor Cabals are a good unit. Does load up his Reckoner there with 3 Professor Cabals. I'm not sure how high health they are. Oh, sequence place over there. Hammerheads are engaging, but we do also have Firehawks with anti-aircraft missiles. They're starting to get gunned down the deck, but you got the ceramic plating put out by the Zolcom player. Do not have tungsten armor-piercing rounds just yet. He probably will likely to get out. And a handful of structures have been put out, and now the Nog players advancing forward with a bunch of infantry, or Black Hand player, I should say. EMP missile, of course, always slows down the game for a brief moment. Does go ahead and load up cells with a Marv assembly. It does load up with a Zolcom Zone Trooper. So what's called Zone Raiders, was it? Yeah. I don't even remember the name. Another Reckoner being put out. This one landed manually again. It's going for some forward emplacements. Reckoners are some of the best defensive structures in the game, that's for sure. Deploy them out, put a war factor into them, and they can be very hard to deal with. I know Scorpion tanks do get a little bit extra health when they get the Dozer Blade upgrade. Do Reckoners do get the same thing? I wonder. Scorpion tank does go down. A lot of Gunwalkers. The Bravo player's just been going for mass Gunwalker, hasn't he? Zolcom player is expanded down in the middle, and both the Black Hand and Zolcom players expand to this middle. Now we do have Purifying Flame deployed out by the Black Hand. That's some heavy firepower right there. Or, well, yeah, literally heavy firepower. That was not intentional. Oh, the Marv does claim some of that Tiberium. Maybe a good idea not to do that. And looks like he's doing that on purpose, maybe? We got a couple Mantis here for anti-aircraft purposes. Need some Tiberium core missiles. Now, Radica spawned before now. I got... Wait, that's a Zoe... That is from... There's also a GDI Commando right there. GDI Commando's advancing forward. Let's keep an eye on him as the Zolcom... Wait, that's a Zolcom Commando. That Oh, there goes some of those forces, including some of those own raiders, but the Commando does get some good kills there. And it looks like Green's army does get cleaned on up. What he was, let's see. He was just regular GDI, right? Indigo's not going for the ion cannon. Darker now being cleaned on up. Loaded up with a couple something. I think those are disc launchers, right? So we've got a good, very, very large number of reckoners just everywhere. Not even fully garrisoned. But do have a big wave of charged particle beams engaging these gun walkers, slowly moving them down. Do now have the triple Zocom Raider in the back of that Marv. Another, what's it called? Jamming missile there. A lot of rocket troops here. These infantry forces are quite bunched up. Maybe a good idea to get a quick volley onto them. Fires a volley all around them. Get some good damage there now. Some of these missile troops are getting cleaned on up. No anti-aircraft up. We do have the AA battery here. Still need armor-piercing rounds. That's some AA rounds. Now we do got the Tiberian field suits. I think that was relatively recently deployed out as well. Project just claimed himself a war factory. This Marv so seeing quite a bit of fire there. Not getting full repairs right now. And now the left side does have access to full repairs thanks to this war factory that they have secured up. Pulling out some assets now, but does go down. And it looks like the Zocom NCP does go down. Got a lot of damage on these forces. The Eradicate X-Pod needs some healing. Fully loaded disc launchers, looks like. Down south, we've got infantry advancing forward. We're going to report these forces. Corruptors charging forward. The Corruptors make it crushed by the Redeemer. It looks like they all will. Still got a large number of reckoners in this region. Fully picking up everything. We do also got a Buzzer Hive as well. More Zocom Raiders being pulled out. They also been upgraded the scanner packs, increases, which also it says increases sight, but it also increases something else. And all power packs as well increases hit points, heal squad while idle. The iron control center is actually right there. Just got laser fence, and this Marv is receiving quite a bit of fire. There's a handful of shatters here to score as well. But we've got the black hand players just slowly advancing forward. Is that Tiberian Vapor Bomb? Right. That does go down, and that jamming pistol always knocks makes a bit of a lag spike for me. Marv does go down. Raiders are now advancing forward. Get some great grenade launch splashes there. And the Black Hand player does receive a nice bombing run right there. Does claim one of those Compressor Cabals of his prodigy. Eradicate X-Boss is severely wounded. Zocom Raiders does get a good kill there. As these Zocom Raiders will be cleaned up. They're all Veteran C2. Could take them to the armory to get them reinforced, but nope. This other base have been gutted out. Eradicate X-Boss is trying to stall out. Is Veteran C1 needs some corruptors to heal it up? I don't know. Oh, it looks like green is backed out of the game, getting all the infrastructure from purple, and purple's now backed out of the game as well. This ad grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. Let me go. And on to another Forgotten Forest. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Kane's Wrath replay. So on the left side as the wrong button. As the Green Traveler 59, we have Modi with 2 eyes. Spawn as the Cyan Skrin, we have G Waspa Re. I have no idea how to pronounce that. On the right side as the red Random Last Salvation. Spawn as the purple Nod variant. Random, we have Alpha 0. So let's see now. Looks like we've got standard GDI right there. For the Nod player. Not sure just yet. Got a couple engineers spot on field going for the Tiberian Spikes. His teammate is not going for Tiberian Spikes. That is camouflage, so that is perhaps Mark of Kane or regular Nod. I'm half hoping for Mark of Kane. Because we see most people go for Nod. And it is Mark of Kane. Very nice. I like seeing the less common factions. Well, the least common... It seems like when it comes to release replay-wise, the least faction played is probably Mark of Kane and probably Reaper 17. Probably Reaper 17 the least. That could be just personal observation bias, though. Rifleman Squad does find themselves some Tiberian poisoning. They may want to get a second opinion for that, because I'm not exactly a doctor, but I don't think Tiberian poison is something they should really claim. Purple is pinging down here. I think he is wanting to get his Awakened inside the garrisons. Getting both these Awakened members inside the garrison. Oh, we got also legs. Fast legs. Fast deployment of fast legs deployed on out. And these guys, these Mark of Awakened should do some good damage there, but the garrison did not last very long. Got the Rifleman Squad advancing forward, getting some great damage there, but these squads are getting focused out quite quickly. This Awakened Squad is still going. Got more Awakened draft down, and these squads should potentially finish up the rest of these disintegrators. The Rifleman does get cleaned up. The Awakened squads are very, very good at what they do. The fast leg disintegrators do get cleaned on up, so this is going to be the end of that aggression. Up north do have more disintegrators being pulled on out. Wait, did he have fast legs? These guys don't have fast legs. I'm crazy. Wait, no, that was the other screen player. The green players got the fast legs. I got blue, cyan, and green mixed up because they look awfully similar to me and they're both scrin. Ugh. Got a bit of a headache going on, and let's just say things like that just like threw me for a loop when I really shouldn't have. Corpse are on the ground, getting these guys all stacked up, and now making his way forward. They will see a bit of healing there, going through that Tiberium. You now have a APC here, as well as a Raider Buggy. You could eventually start whittling down these forces, but these Raider Buggies are quite wounded. Not sure from what, though. Does lay down some landmines there on the mix, well, getting some great damage there, warding away the disintegrators, allowing the Raider Buggies get some free damage in upon their retreat. And now we have a Shredder turret here, and we'll start gunning down these disintegrators, no problem. And there we go. The disintegrators got cleaned up once again, but we got the not fast legs now advancing forward. There's a couple Awakened members here. There's also these landmines. I don't think his teammates pinged him about the landmines right there. Getting some good damage there. All the landmines are now gone. Now the Tiberian Spikes shooting some fire. Raider Buggies can make their way up north. We got, however, attack bikes here dealing with an attack wave. Spike does go down. GDI Rifleman Squad could try digging in right there. Do have a watchtower deployed out. No armor-piercing rounds just yet. And over here, got the attack bikes now advancing forward as well. Some of these attack bikes are starting to go down. They're all quite wounded. Over here, incinerators do take out power generator there, but they all get cleaned up by these space defenses. Attack bikes here do get forced back. One attack bike remains. Now got the Awakened Squad trying to run away. Predator turret being deployed on out. You got GDI Bloodhounds deployed on out as well. The Awakened Squad does go down. We do have these Raider Buggies pushing forward. We're seeing some damage. You also got some full Awakened Squad, full 3-man squads. So get some great EMP there, multiple good EMPs. Very, very good. Pitbull's now advancing forward, trying to raid his opponent. That's usually the job of raider buggies. It's in their name, right? Ooh, Buzzers does go ahead and buzz around those awakened squads and do go down. Awakened squads now advancing forward. They may see find a good EMP missile there, but there's not a lot of support for them. Pitbull's now advancing forward, getting some good damage on it. It does go ahead and get the wormhole on, or the stasis, what is this called? Gravity well right there. Though this mecha beat is getting gunned down quite a bit. None of these APCs are just loaded up with more riflemen, and they have armed pistol rounds loaded on. Good landmines there, gets some great hits there. It does still have these mecha beats up and going. This one does go down there. It was loaded with shard launchers. Got shard launchers in this one as well. Shard launchers, of course, the anti-infantry segment. The disintegrator segment's what you probably want versus the APCs. Ooh, great EMP right there. You only need to get a partial splash there. Cells does do another quick trap there by a power plant to get that one. Does find some more landmines there, but I think they get gunned down. Do got now the shard seekers with shield generators pushing on forward with the support of his teammates and Mechapedes. Mechapedes are still charging forward, get some great damage there. Pitbull mortars have been complete. They can do some great AoE damage. Fires another volley there, gains some good damage. Now the Marv assembly has been completed. Now he's got these Seekers and Mechapedes advancing forward. Oh crap. Okay, he does pack up, deploy out. Sonic emitter. Ooh! Does cleave through those Mechapedes like a hot knife through butter. These Seekers now seeing a bit of fire, start gunning down some of these Seekers. These Seekers are all quite wounded, but it's still alive. Does have the quad turret upgrade. That's relatively rare. So better not go for any stealth emitters because that will get them revealed no problem. Oh, okay. I was wondering, was that a mine drop? Was that a Tiberium vapor bomb? But nope, that was a Sleeve Tiberium. Very nice. Stealth emitter there. Oh, he did go for stealth emitter, and the quad turret will reveal the base, making it quickly easy to get killed off. That's why you don't go for quad turret and stealth emitters, disruption towers. And it looks like these sonic emitters will go down. It does set off the MCV. Oh, the infrastructure does go down. Red up north is seizing fire from these Seekers, who also have shard launchers, but do not have the shield generator because it's the other sprint player. Supercharged particle beams firing away. Tiberium troopers now deployed on the field. Very nice. Of course, they will get quickly overwhelmed by these gunwalkers. Marv pushes his way forward, does collect some Tiberium while at it. Devastator's firing some good, devastating shots. Two engineers loaded up, looks like got a rail gun and... Oh, nice disruption tower there from his teammate, which also does save some infrastructure. And there we go, one of the Devastators do go down to the Bloodhounds. Or, nope, that was not Bloodhounds. That's Bloodhounds. Over here, was that Storm Rider? Good use of the disruption towers. I love seeing unusual items that can cause a lot of issues for their opponents, but still, again, if you go for disruption towers, do not go for quad turrets, because the base node does not get revealed in the disruption tower when the turrets are firing, but with the quad turret upgrade, it will get revealed. Nice scanner right there. We'll spot some Annihilator tripods, which is actually very important for that Marv. Quickly drafts and throws an EMP there. Very nice. Cleaves through two of them there. And got all the supply as well. Oh! Ordered some of his own pit bulls there. Devastator's getting some. Oh no, that's a eradicated hexapod. Let's get some good damage there on these emitters. These another tripods are receiving quite a bit of fire. We've got a storm call in the region as well. More storm calls have been going out. Looks like sonic artillery there. It does not get the teleport off in time. I was going for some heals there for the corruptors, but can't get healed up while in combat, or while base, I should say. It does get the teleport there now. Now the AA turret's now firing away. Get some good damage there. And now we've got the drone platform. Seeing quite a bit of fire there. Flying column still getting some good damage on in. Marv is down half health. We're receiving more and more artillery fire. Eradicated hexapod still is phased. There it goes now. It's been unphased. Zone troopers do get cleaned on up by the buzzers. Rifleman squads do get cleaned up as well, but the buzzers have all gone down. We got the War Devastator warship now seeing quite a bit of fire there, but is in the influence of a storm column. More sand tower being pulled out, getting some good damage in there. Eradicated hexapods get advancing forward. Do also have the Annihilator tripod advancing forward. Good number of missile troops here. Does take out the power plant there. Good EMP miss grenade there from the Awaken. Annihilator tripod is, or Eradicated hexapod is at full health. Annihilator tripod, this one is at full health. This one is not at full health. The exact opposite of full health now. Seeker's now advancing forward. We're seeing quite a bit of fire. We do have the Marv seeing quite a bit of damage there. We've got the gravity well there. Got the stasis field now. Devastators need to start hitting some of these other troops, perhaps the more prioritized the missile troopers there. But we do got some tungsten AA batteries in the field as well. Good volley onto them, takes out one of them out. More sand batteries. Does have travel engines there, does fire one more volley before going down, and does not get the main hub. Drone ship trying to run away. It does receive some fire there. That may have been partially put up by the gravity stabilizer. Does reclaim some of these eradicated hexapods. More and more missile turrets been put out. Annihilated tripods advancing forward. Marv is up to half health now. A lot of infantry forces in these regions. Got some buzzer highs buzzing around. Trying to overwhelm these infantry forces, but they're getting focused down in time. Good shots there from Devastators. Eradicated hexapod unvetted so far, but it has claimed a lot of kills. It has a lot of buzzer hives. There's 5 buzzer hives there. That may be enough to overwhelm the infantry. Oh, got some good shots there coming out onto this Devastator warships. Thank you for the follow. I am Dimitri1. Eradicated hexapod does teleport over here, trying to deal with these SAM sites. Does sell off both of those structures. Gun markers advancing forward with an Annihilator tripods in the back. More SAM sites going on down. And we've got shockwave artillery being deployed in right there. First we'll take up the EMP shields with the EMP. It does face the Annihilator tripods there. One Annihilator tripods on the EMP, so if you try charging forward that gets some crushes, but the Marv can't crush the Marv, but the Marv will crush you. Looks like these guys will go and recover from the EMP and will run away in time. Yeah, that's a lot of buzzers! I don't know why that's amusing to me. Those buzzers are done buzzing around. We do have more buzzer hives going out. Good EMP deployed up by the Awakens. Does also get the corruptors. One corruptor is un-EMP'd. And those Awakens do go on down. Looks like the Marv does crush a pair of those Nano tripods. The last one does get the EMP off. And does get EMP'd himself by something, probably another Awaken. Now the tripod does go down. And the Eradicated hexapod does get EMP'd again. Seeker tanks. There's actually hitting those power plants could be very useful. Eradicated hexapod advancing forward, trying to get some good damage in there. Marv advancing forward. Did I just get another EMP for shockwave artillery? I may be mistaken. Redcap squad still unvetted. Marv is at Vector C1. Devastator's now advancing forward. Cropper's now seeing a bit of fire there. More of these highlighted tripods still going down. Redcap squad does teleport over there. Prodigy, no, that's a mastermind right there. Not Prodigy. Mastermind charging forward. Sells off the war factory. Does get gunned down. Let's get some good damage there. We also got the shred person receiving some fire. Marv is severely wounded, does have one engineer or two engineer slots, so it does have a decent amount of self repairs. Some of these devastators are getting gunned down by the AA batteries. This one does stay alive. Barely is an influence does go down there. There is the influence of the storm calm for these devastators. Marv is now elite. Not sure where the Eradicator Hexpods went. This falling back, trying to get some healing. Unvetted still. This one's advanced forward. It is Veteran C1. The Marv is getting overran. Does have rear exposed now. Eradicator Hexpod has teleport forward to support the Eradicator Hexpod. And there goes the Marv. EMP does come forward as well. Multiple EMPs onto the Eradicator Hexapod. Odds. Preppers now seems a bit of fire there. Mastermind goes down. Eradicator Hexapods make their advance forward. This force has been cleaned on up, so team left side has stabilized. Their side is out of Tiberium, while team right side has quite a bit of Tiberium right here. Wait, red. That's one of these players actually backed out of the game. Both players have backed out of the game. My apologies. Either way, that's Ann Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So it looks like losing that Marv there's like, I guess both players may throw in the game. Oh, either way, on to next replay. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn on top left side as the yellow nod. We have Chief B2002. Got a lot of pings here. Spawn on the right side as the Indigo. I keep on hitting the wrong button. As the Indigo GDI, we have Manto Scubas. And I don't know why I did not cover their teammate as the red Steel Talons. We have Dark Apprentice, and spawning as the green Mark of Kane, we have Bonki 2022. A lot of pings here saying go for the Tiberium Towers. Indigo's going for the Tiberium Towers as well. Not as aggressively, but there's a couple bunkers for him to utilize. Over here, maybe a bit of poisoning? Nope. Those non-militant squads do not receive any poisoning there. GDI Rifleman now advanced forward, trying to disrupt this capture the point, but I don't think he'll disrupt it. Engineers pushing forward. And a well-placed foxhole could deny the advance in this region. Looks like going to get an engagement there. Indigo has fired first, so he should be able to win out. I don't think the squad will save him. Yep, does not save the other squad. Receive only a couple bullets in return. This garrison has been claimed by the militant squads. Oh, the Wakens does get pushed on forward. Did he take out an engineer? There's no captured point there. He may have took out an engineer. That Rifleman squad does get cleaned on up. This Rifleman squad does get cleaned on up as well. Yeah, and I do not see the engineer, so engineer's down. Oh, that is Indigo's engineer, or Blue's engineer. And it does go down. That was this player's engineer. No? No. I know I see the blue beacon there. That's Yellow's Raider buggy, so that was actually Green's engineer. Okay. Sorry, apparently the, I always the beacon occasionally can be color see on the map itself. And sometimes it's really hard to see the color coding of these players. Like, it is not exactly very, very obvious sometimes about the color coding. Of course, got a double refinery, war factory. Pitbull charging forward is receiving quite a bit of chain gun fire. Almost goes down right there. But Indigo's Pitbull will clean him up, no problem. Indigo has also pulled out a power plant off his teammates' build radius. And up here, we do have now another engineer being deployed out, this time with a bit more of an escort of militant squads. He does also have a number of militant squads here as well, so this will ensure that he captures up that Tiberian spike this time. We do now have these Pitbulls and Scorpion tank advancing forward, getting some good damage there onto this construction yard. No defense is being pulled on out. We may see a Predator tank or two. Nothing actually being pulled out. He's paused whatever's being pulled out there. You could pause whatever. Oh, Titan. I forgot he was Steel Talons, not GDI. Now his teammate has, well, laser turret. Unusual item to see. Not usually that effective. Titan does go down. Reinforcing Titans are now advancing. EMP does come forward as well, which annihilates the repair drones, which is actually important. Looks like his teammate has run low on power, and now these Titans will charge forward, gets good damage there onto those Scorpion tanks. I was going to say that he could perhaps pause production, queue up another similar item, such as a Pitbull, and then you can perhaps roll out the Pitbull and the Titan in quick succession. So there's another laser turret there. Does get one of the Titans. That should be fine. It's not already threatening going down. Does get low power again. Yellow needs to focus on getting more power out. He could perhaps get some liquid Tiberian cores. And deploying a whole bunch of defenses for his teammate. And we do have a double war factory here with a lot of Predator tanks here. More than just two Predators. Another disruption missile, great RJ missile. Indigo has now deployed on out. Good EMP there onto his forces. Scorpion makes it come clean up the defense as well. GDI player will probably need something a bit more heavy than turrets. More laser turrets. Laser turrets are generally not that great, honestly. But it looks like they're doing some decent damage now to individual Predator tanks. Predator tanks now advance forward, get some great damage onto his forces. More laser turrets. So his teammate Scorpion's going down. Do have now 4 war factories. He has triple war factory right here. He can't really maintain that production, can he? Green has not expansion. Indigo does have expansion. There's a good number of Predator tanks now advancing forward. Gets some great damage there on the Titans. Titans can play around the war factory itself. The war factory itself is going destroyed. War factory does go down. Titans are being slowly picked on off. You now have quad turrets being pulled out. As long as they're going 8 destruction towers, that should be good. Get a nice little damage buff. So for all the laser turrets going, and another jamming missile there. Getting some good damage there. Harvester is being pulled off the line. Do got a handful of Predators tanks along the flank. And now got Spectre artillery now raining on in. His teammate has now finally deployed out a handed nod here, deploying a whole bunch of militant rocket squads. I think this would be a good spot for a Spectre artillery shot. Watchtowers are now being a bit of a problem. They do have a couple Shredder turrets. No, that's his opponent's. No, that's his Shredder turret. So yellow's his teammate's Shredder turret. Rocket ship now advancing forward. Got hitting EMP there. Do have the Compressor Wall upgrade onto the militant rocket squads, not the type here in fusion just yet. But they will sustain damage over time there. Spectre Artillery now running on top of the hand of Nod. And team-based base may get overran. We do also have the Instruction Tower here now, which is not good for the quad turrets. And for militant rocket squads get some good rearmor hits there. Another war factor deployed now. Another war factor gets destroyed. He also has plenty of Predator tanks there. I think he blew up one of his own Predator tanks to get his teammates Spectre barrage. More laser turrets being deployed on out. Good damage there. The Destruction Tower even took a big hit as well. More Titans advance forward. Does hit the Destruction Tower and the MCV. Here comes the Titans, unable to get any crushes there. So many laser turrets. Another jamming tower. Venom does go down there. Too many pitfalls in this region. It got the Rifleman advance forward. No armor piercing rounds yet upgraded. And Vertigo does come forward. Does lose the Vertigo to the pitfalls, however. And these turrets will be cleaned on up. Now yellow space going to be under siege. Red does have a war factory. Does have a refinery. I do not know of any harvester though. More laser turrets being pulled out. Vertico's coming on in for bombing runs. Great bombing run there onto the Predators. And also giving those pitfalls as well. More laser turrets being pulled out. And his force will be cleaned on up by these laser turrets. And Hobble Slice may have been overkill, and his teammate has back the game. He has had no way of getting any more income. So now he does have access to potential GDI technology. But it's now a 2v1. They both have equal control of the map, but Yellow has less micro capabilities. But given enough time, he does have the GDI tech tree. That may be a GDI MCV being pulled on out.
The Redeemer has risen.
Who's Redeemer though? That is a big wave of Vertigos coming on in. Jamming missile as well. Trying to swap his opponent. These Verticos need to be a bit more aggressive, I would say. Takes up the tower there. Does get some good damage on the generators as well. And finish them off. Big wave of force advance forward. There's of course the laser turrets as well as the obelisk flight. Pitbulls can of course scan and pick out his harvesters. Spectre Artillery pushing way forward. Got the Redeemer now up on the field. No guys loaded in the back of it. Ray generator has been activated. Plus the Avatar will take some shots at his buddies. Bloodhound's been put on the front line as well. One of the aircraft did actually get shot down. Here comes the Redeemer. While those Venoms are going down as well, Pitbulls charging forward into the feet of the Redeemer. Looks like 5 will get crushed. Plus an APC. He sort of done moving there. He's not microing that force whatsoever. All getting crushed by the Redeemer. He's probably getting pretty close to Veterancy 1 now with all those crushes. He could also throw this black hand in the back of the Redeemer as well as get an Engineer. Was he actually deployed out a GDI harvester right there? More laser turrets. Try to put the hubs behind the war factory and put the turrets a bit farther forward. But now the space location will get overran. So we do have the Venoms here, going to be focused on those hammerheads. Verticals are here as well. We could perhaps bomb down these bullfrogs or pitfalls. Pitfalls are all down. More vertical bomb runs are coming on in. And the APC does get a kill there. construction tower will save us war factor for the time being. Now I do have a fully heroic venom. Oh, that's a good number of grenadiers. They do have the EMP grenade. Maybe a good idea of composite armor as well. Maybe a good idea for these venoms to finish off that predator tank. We do also got now these harvesters pushing way forward to receive some fire. And I'm charging forward, trying to get past some reconnaissance done. We'll spot all those harvesters. Excuse me. And now we've got the Indigo MCV now advanced forward. Do have a single sonic emitter here. That's his team. That's the Nod teammates harvester. Green has not been able to expand whatsoever this game. His fire support is minimal. And these harvesters are getting ripped apart since there's a bit of Tiberium there. It may be a good idea to pull out some forces to camp this region. Slingshots charging forward. It does crush some of those riflemen there as he tries to collect up some Tiberium. Now the chain gun will finish up that rifleman squad. We have a large number of avatars pushing way forward. And there is a double flamer redeemer. Interesting. Wait, avatars can outrange sonic emitters? Huh. Verticals charging forward. We're seeing a lot of anti-aircraft fire. One, the verticals do go down. Oh! There was nothing there. He forced fire the ground to last known location of something. And outright failed. They do not have tungsten AA rounds just yet. And now I've got this engineer advancing forward, trying to claim himself a Avatar Husk. Looks like these Black Hand are charging forward. Looks like Spectres are crushing the Black Hand. I did not realize Spectres can crush Black Hand. I thought Spectres can't crush Black Hand since they're heavy infantry. Honestly, I don't think I ever realized Spectres can actually crush infantry. Let's be fair, when's the last time you ever heard of Spectres crushing infantry? More bomb runs into nothing. I am not sure what he's trying to bomb right there. Wait. He loaded up Black Hand from his teammate. Wait, no. No, that's yellow. He actually tacked up the hammerheads and loaded Black Hand himself into hammerheads. Oh! A couple of them did get blown out of the sky. But still, he loaded Black Hand in the back of hammerheads. Holy crap. I said mentioned before about you can access GDI technology, but I honestly was not expecting that. I thought that was I thought that was going to be blue and greens, and I realized, wait, no, that's yellow stuff. Spectre's now obliterating this forces. There was the airfield, GDI airfield. And if I quickly take out the construction tower, but of course Spectres also are camouflage. Takes out the low power plant there, and now the redeeming engineering facility could go down. So a lot of infrastructure, all that stuff. And he's low in power now. I'll focus on the SAM site before it gets more power to it. It takes out the observation tower. Spectres are safe. Nothing there to reveal it. There's a scan there from the Nod/GDI player. Got avatars now pushing forward as well. Artillery barrage up the avatars. See quite a bit of damage. These guys still have not re-camouflaged thanks to that scan. His mix of technology has been very, very good. Using a GDI scan like that, not like every day the Nod player will remember to bring out a GDI scan. Another jamming missile. Pitbulls, heroic APC, a lot of veterancy here, and a lot of wounded infantry. Maybe deploy on armory to get those guys healed up and replenish. Probably not important though. I generally wonder how many people remember the fact that you can actually deploy out armory to replenish squads and get them fully healed. It's not very efficient though. You have to like mainly put infantry squads in one at a time. Engineer or Redeemer, the Mars Reclamation Facility does go down there. Got a nice AP there on the Redeemer. These avatars do not have any sort of flamethrower. They're not purifiers. They don't pick up any flame pinks. Good damage there coming out onto the Redeemer, but it does try to crush those forces. And now got the hammerheads facing forward, spewing flames. Okay, I'm not going to say that joke. That's probably insult. He must love the salamanders from Command & Conquer 4. Yeah, that may have been an insult. But that was a cool unit from Command & Conquer 4. Looks like green is still in the game and does have an MCV, just got fully recently deployed out and now it's being burned alive. And green and blue have both back the game, so somehow yellow does manage to win out. I think hammerheads were really effective. Either way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And next replay is probably gonna be my last one for tonight. Probably a good time to stop anyways. I do actually have a handful of the replays, but let's go get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn left side as the red, wrong button. Nod, we have Dark Apprentice. Spawn is pink, GDI, Steel Talons. We have I Am Raider. On the right side as the purple, magenta, random. We have, actually, if I actually read the name, Dark Sun. One as this green Scrin ally, we have Edface, which is also random. So let's see now, Scrin Infantry. Yep, looks like Scrin Infantry, I think. And for the GDI player, it says down here, Steel Talons. So Scrin and Steel Talons versus Steel Talons it was, and regular Nod, right? Regular Nod? Okay. Yeah. So Grid, Nod, Steel Talons, and Steel Talons. Those are these Siberian Spikes will be claimed by Pink. Down south, these Steel... Oh, there's a lot of Tiberian Spikes on this map, isn't there? Pink has claimed all 4 Tiberian Spikes. Looks like there is this buzzer here, buzzing around. Did get a kill, looks like. Couple pinks here by Pink. Lots of, things there by Pink. There's also some more bunkers. That's just blue tib, some green tib in the middle of the map. We've also got an EMP control center and some mutant hovels. Buzzers do get a nice kill there. Last game there was some black hand inside of some hammerheads. How about some mutants in the back of hammerheads? That would really throw them loop, having the machine guns engage aircraft. Looks like the bunker has been claimed by a single buzzer. Down south, we got the militant squad going for this bunker now. Pink's also making his way down south. Raider Buggy does go and fall back, does spot some various stuff, nothing too significant. Seeker being pulled out, not big surprise. Oh, and looks like I got a bit of pitbull rasp there. And does go in low power there, sells off the structure, and now the pitbull is receiving a bit of fire there. Does get some damage onto that MCV, and there goes that pitbull. Down south, we got the blue tipping pink. I think pink says go for it. Or he's going for it. Over here, looks like purple's MCV here. Does get some damage there, nothing too significant. Now looks like the GDI rifleman here will receive some Tiberium poisoning. Rifleman squad does receive some seeker damage, which is also somewhat poisoning. A bit more lethal. Scorpion tank and Pitbull advancing forward. Scorpion tank receiving a bit of fire. Got a watchtower to pull it out with a Tiberium silo. Tiberium silo is meant for some body vision blocking. Interesting. Disintegrators do get cleaned on up by these riflemen. Both of the rifle squads are severely wounded. Does this one up here? Scorpion tanks advance forward, does take out the Seeker. And also, this Gunwalker does go and gun down the rifleman squads. Let's take out one of these Scorpion tanks. And all of these, oh, we got the mobile repair transports advancing forward. They are loaded with a handful of infantry units, but looks like mostly rocket troops, I believe. I don't see any rifle fire coming from them. So they will go down. They are getting some good self-repairs, but they're not accomplishing all too much, honestly. Starting to repair themselves, trying to... And these pit bulls will be cleaning up. A handful of pit bulls will go on the back lines. We got a crane to put out here. We got Seeker as well. Heavy harvester receiving quite a bit of fire. Annihilator tripod advancing forward. It looks like this harvester will stay alive. Scorpion takes advance forward. Got another watchtower right here, but it looks like he needs a bit more reinforcements. The bulls are moving their way forward. Rocket troops or missile squads doing some good damage from the rear armor of these Scorpion tanks. Annihilator tripod advancing forward, gain some good damage on the Scorpion tanks there. A number of Scorpion tanks are being cleaned on up. There's a simulator inside the drone platform, get a quick full heal. And now I've also got a lightning column here, but low on power. Mobile transports advancing forward. Missile troops inside the Tiberium field. Does it got one of the harvests as well? And does pull out some landmines there as well. It's actually a bold move to actually landmine Scorpion tanks, because Scorpion tanks can have dozer blades pop out and nullify them. But they don't have dozer blades just yet. Refineries are now some bit of fire there. See some pings there. Looks like a big wave of orcas. That's a lot of orcas. I think they're pinks as well, the bottom left player. Of course, making some good headway in the middle of the map. Yep. Move back over here, get some repairs, reinforcements. And reloaded. Scorpion tanks have slowly been picked on off, and none of these rocket troops are getting quite vetted. And that, oh, nope, that one does not go down to being crushed, but it does get reviewed by infantry. Some of these rocket troops are getting quite wounded from the Tiberium field. And now we've got the painful military squad here. No compensable balls for hallucinogenic grenades. And now I've got the Orcas advancing forward. Got a couple Seekers here for defense. We got a plasma missile battery as well, getting some great damage. Notice that all these forces will be cleaned on up. Over here, there's forces advancing forward through Tiberium once again. Annihilator tripods and disintegrators now leading the advance. So no dozer blade there to crush the disintegrators or landmines. And he could actually take out these Tiberium spikes right there. The garrison will be cleaned on up. These transports are going in forward once again. Great landmines there, very nice. Got these fire hawks pulling them back. Not sure where they were at. They're severely wounded. We now have a fully heroic missile squad here. I don't know if he has 1 or 2 members, but it seems all to be wounded. Yep, he only has 1 member left. Juggernauts trying to get some good damage there. Does disable 1 of the Juggernauts. The Annihilator turn puzzle transport trying to get some good damage. Does block him with Tiberium's silo again. It does blow off these guys a little bit more as well for more Tiberium silos, but there goes all of those tripods. Focus on the carcasses as well. Does this destroy the carcasses? However, purple still advancing forward its various infantry force. These mobile transports, repair transports, are a rare item to see, but they're doing quite good work. Watchtowers are slowly picking apart these rocket troops, missile troops. They do got a good number of Juggernauts in this region as well. This force just may need to fall back, receiving a bit too much fire now. And those are trying to go for a crush. Mobile repair transports are doing a good job of not being crushed by gigantic feet. And these behemoths do not take out be crushed, but they do fire some good volleys there onto these mobile repair transports. Now, 1 does remain, does have a heroic missile squad in the back. It looks like he will escape on out of there. Green has really cleaved through this Tiberium field. Purple's now deployed his own refinery as well. Down south, not a whole lot of refinery down here. Refining. We do also have a engineer deployed up by the Steel Talons player. Attack flag does get quickly killed on off. Some I-Core being called on down. EMS are now advancing forward. This blue Tiberium's been claimed by pink. Very nice. This blue Tiberium field has been grown quite a bit. It's got to be another 5 loads there. Purple is pinging there. Oh, yeah, he does have a garrison here, so he's able to spot this region. Hammerhead doing a good job of cleaning up all these excess infantry squads. Those bunker could... Nope, never mind. I was gonna say you could use those, that bunker to take out those riflemen, but nope. The buzzer says, no, they're all dead. The wounded behemoth may go down. It'll take a bit of time. No more piercing rounds loaded up either. Incinerator's get a good kill there. Green's Disintegrators now pushing up forward. Oh, I just now saw those Bower tanks. Those they received some Spectre fire. Put the load on up. Needs to be set to aggressive so I can fire on the move. Does he got one of the harvesters there? Watchtower will go down. Got the Orca now flying about. Getting some good bombing runs onto these Devourer tanks. He is running low on ammo as well. Does he have hard points? Yes, he does have hard points. We got Tech Lab here, as well as some Hammerheads trying to deal with this Raider buggy. I wonder if there's going to be a Catalyst Missile. Maybe not. Up north, I see a lot of pings. Purple is saying attack that region, or defend that region. Like more of these orcas trying to push their way forward. We're seeing some various fire. And that heroic mobile repair station does get some good kills as well. Airfield's almost down. Just okay, deployed another hammerhead. And do got a ping down here. Pink is climbing up all these behemoths. Very nice. Oh, that's purple. I mean, oh, it's gonna be look very, very similar. Hammerheads and orcas advancing forward. Get some great damage there. Takes a number of these harvesters. Very, very nice. And you also got the heroic mobile transport still making its way forward, getting some great damage on everything. Up north, looks like the attack bike's taking out Tiberian Spike as we got all these harvesters going down. We do now have, looks like Green's disintegrators that were actually still alive, pushing its way forward. And looks like he will go ahead and cleave through the space. I think one of the players is backed out of the game. I just see red on the left, of the map, or left side of the map. So I think pink is backed out of the game. Pink again. But now this attack beacon's going off everywhere. So I think team right side is overrunning team left side.
Marv assembly complete.
Fresh Marv has blown out of field. Attack bike's still making their way forward. And yep, this space is just going to be cleaved apart. Get some good kills there with his attack bikes. No Tiberium core missiles though. Even loads up some of his teammates' disintegrators right there. Interesting. Not sure how that effective that is. And that is the end of the replay. This end grade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Though actually, as I mentioned earlier, that is going to be my last replay for tonight. So everyone have a good day, have a good evening, get some good rest, and enjoy.